It looks like the M10 Booker Mobile Protected Firepower System is being canceled by the U.S. Army. Here's why this was entirely expected and actually might not be a bad idea. Many years ago, the 82nd Airborne had a light tank called the Sheridan. It was lightweight and air-droppable, and was mainly used not to fight other tanks, but as a mobile protected artillery piece that could take out bunkers. The Army tried replacing the Sheridan with the M8, but that was canceled due to budget constraints. The Army tried again with the Stryker mobile gun system, but the autoloader was expensive to maintain. The gun would actually shake the vehicle apart, and the vehicle wasn't that well protected like normal Strykers were. So the next idea was the M10 Booker. And this was kind of conceived of in the late 2000s and wasn't a bad idea. But then something funny happened in Ukraine. And yes, there were some problems with the M10 Booker. It couldn't be airdropped like the Sheridan, had to be flown in to the battlefield on a C-17. But the biggest problem is that the Army was trying to develop a vehicle to fight the war that it wanted to fight. And the adversary doesn't give a damn about the war that you want to fight. Now, I actually don't consider this cancellation to be a bad thing. There's lots of military equipment that sounded like a good idea at the time, but just didn't work out in practice. The Littoral Combat Ship was designed to fight small independent actions off coastal waters. China doesn't care that we want to fight that war. The RH-66 Comanche had a role that was taken over by drones and other equipment. When you think about it, even chemical weapons were kind of useless at the end of World War I. Chemicals were really effective in the trenches, but once you had mobile warfare, things like tanks, you could just leave the area. It made them a lot less effective. Now, the Army's new focus is on these mobile infantry brigade combat teams, which use light vehicles like the infantry squad vehicle, which are a lot easier to hide. And while they're a lot less protected than an armored vehicle, they have a lower visual and thermal profile. Remember, with the survivability onion, don't be there and don't be detected are the first two layers. I don't care how much armor you have. If you can be detected, you can be destroyed. And if you're at don't be penetrated on the survivability onion, you're gonna have a bad day. The M10 Booker was a great idea on February 23rd, 2022. But on February 24th, 2022, the world stopped caring about how America wanted to fight. And this is simply the next step in getting the U.S. ready for the next conflict.